Hello, everybody. This is Maurice Parker. Welcome to the Maurice Parker channel. If you're new below, subscribe for the cool new features. We talk about everything from sports to manga to anything else in between. Today, I want to get into the NFL wide receiver, former Steelers wide receiver George Pickens getting sent to the Dallas Cowboys in exchange for, I believe, a third round pick and a seventh round pick. This trade news was at first it was kind of shocking to me, to be honest with you. George Pickens has been a wonderful receiver, but however, there was times throughout the years where I think that he would let his emotions get the better of him in certain situations. And although he was super talented, unfortunately, in the National Football League, I get it. You, as a grown man, competing against each other, you don't ever want to appear weak. And unfortunately, as humans, no matter how much money we get, um, sometimes our emotions, we go high. You're competitive, you're naturally competitive. He's a natural competitor. He just has to channel them more. I think in some ways he's gotten better at that, and unfortunately for the growth that we see, because he is definitely could be a number one receiver if he works on his route tree and continues to put the work and dedication in. I thought when the Steelers had got DK Metcalf prior to the draft, I thought this would be a great tandem with him and DK Metcalf. I did not know the Steelers had tried to give him a contract extension, but his agent as well as him, I guess, was probably not responding as well, as far as I know. The Steelers ended up trading him to the Cowboys, which didn't get a player back. So Dak Prescott now has two weapons as far as TD Lamb and George Pickens. So we'll see how that plays out. I think that might end up doing well for him, actually, for the Cowboys. I think from his time for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sad when you see a player go, and I think that this might work out for both ways, because it probably gives him a chance to grow and to become the player that he's meant to be. Anytime you draft a player, sometimes the player you draft might not always be the player he becomes. Sometimes it takes for that player to go to a new location for them to become the player that they're meant to be. And who knows, maybe one day he comes back to the Steelers. And if he does, then I want to tell him, hey, it's all love here in the city of Pittsburgh for you. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he go to the Cowboys. He got traded. That's different. It's not like he requested to go to the Cowboys or requested a trade. Even though the Cowboys are the Steelers' rival, I would hope that he would take time to mature, use the experiences that he's been into, rededicate himself to running the route tree, blocking, just tight nose, and maybe toughness in some players who's getting the league that may have the same things he's going through. Telling them that, hey, it's better to control your emotions. Control your emotions through your play. The number one thing when you're competing against anybody, you can't let them show that they're getting to you. And it can be hard because, words can either bring confidence or downfall. But you got to know to diagnose it. Because people will do stuff because they know, for George Pickens, they know how talented you are better than them. They're trying to get any advantage that they can. Sometimes they do mental stuff like that or say stuff. Best thing you can do is just keep playing your game. When you step on the field, just score your plays, you do your talking. I think that this was a good idea for the Steelers as well, because now it gives us a chance to look at another receivers, to get at. I think that Keenan Allen would be a great addition for us. We could get him, or Amari Cooper, or whatever receiver is still out there willing to want to play for us, and hopefully that they are involved in the offense and they are feeling productive as well, because I do believe production and all that stuff does play a pivotal role as far as that. I did want to say once again, George Pickens, thank you for your time in the Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, and for the next chapter of your career, I would hope that you continue to thrive and do a wonderful job in the next venue. Much respect. Now, to get into the next topic, I'm going to talk about the second round of the NBA playoffs, and I wanted to do a quick recap, and I wanted to say congratulations to the Golden State Warriors, who beat the Houston Rockets to advance the second round. They actually took game one from the Minnesota Timberwolves, 99-88, I believe. Unfortunately, in this game, the great Steph Curry suffered a hamstring injury, and he'll be out a week. Unlike the NFL, where they play once a week, in the NBA, when they play a series, that could be the end for him playing in the series. And it's a shame, because he's one of the, when you see a great player get injured the way that he has got injured. There's not much. Hopefully the team rallies around and do their stuff. Draymond does an excellent job at galvanizing the troops and everything else, and this will be a great time for Kuminga and Moses Moody and Pazinski and Post to show what they can do. This is everybody, and for the Timberwolves, for Anthony Edwards, for DiVincenzo, for Julius Randle, for Nas Reed. This is your moment to say, hey, we gotta be able to fight. I want to just give a quick shout out to the Indiana Pacers. Their series with the Cavaliers have just been going crazy. Tyrese Halliburton has hit another game-winning shot, and all of a sudden the Pacers are looking poised to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they're up 2-0. This has been a good back-and-forth battle. You have to give a lot of credit to both ends of the court. Both teams are playing extremely hard, but it's not over. It's just looking that way. The series is played one game at a time. There's been many times people go up 2-0 just to have falter, and it goes the other way. That being said, I do think that Cleveland, we got to keep fighting, keep being resilient with Donovan Mitchell, with Evan Mobley, with all the great talented. You guys have worked hard with Matt Strutz and everybody else. You guys are doing your thing that you need to do to continue to advance and just get ready for the next game. I've just got done to the Boston Celtics and New York Knicks game concluded, and the New York Knicks are for real. I'm just telling you, this team has something about it where in their DNA that they can, if they are within 12, what I've noticed, if they're within 12 points in 7 minutes, for whatever reason, they just turn on the switch. This is the second time Boston has had a lead, and unfortunately, within the last minute, it ends up 3 minutes, it becomes a slugfest, and they go ice cold. Unfortunately, the shots are not dropping, and New York is capitalizing every time. Jalen Brunson being there, a big time shot, big time block. Dennis Tam tried to get the shot off, and New York had a heck of a job to take 2 games on the opposing enemy's court. And what is ironic about this, unfortunately, is the fact that if you remember during opening day in the NBA, the Celtics almost had the most threes ever made in a game. I believe it was a few shy for the record, but the series is not over by a stretch. Like I was saying, same thing with Indiana and the Pacers series, but now I would tell the team, my teammates, if I was the Celtics, hey, we got to pick ourselves up. We got to get ready for the next game. I'll tell the New York Knicks, hey, we can't get too high. We can't get too low. We got to get ready for the next game. Because that's all it is getting ready for the next game. The series is a long time. Wait, if you think too much ahead, that's when you happen. You got to take it one game at a time. You can't treat a series like that. You got to take it one game at a time. You can't take the whole. You got to take it one game at a time. Some of these guys are doing phenomenal jobs out there, and I gotta give you guys a lot of credit going out there, competing and playing hard. And no matter what era it is, I just want to say you guys are doing a wonderful job. I appreciate every one of you. Well-deserved money, well-deserved contracts, and I know that y'all try to give y'all all for the fans. And anybody who competes, it's not easy when you're not on the opposite side of victory. So I did want to make sure, to George Pickens, salute to you, sir. You did a wonderful job in Pittsburgh. Get ready for the next part of your career. Keep pushing forward. Don't have no bitterness. This is another chapter in your life. Hopefully you drive. For Steph Curry, do not rush your injury. Have faith in your team that they are going to get their pieces and job done. Timberwolves, you got to do your thing to try to come back and galvanize yourself in the series. To the Pacers, I would say you got to continue to keep the momentum going and continue to realize it's going to be a fight in that nature. To the Cavaliers, I would say in this circumstances, you got to come together as a group and say these last 2 games don't define us. We got to get ready to go back, and then we got to go full tilt to get ready for the next game. For the Boston Celtics, we're going to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, it's not how hard we get knocked down, it's the ability to get back up. That's what defines a champion. Since you was Celestial champion, it's not how hard you get when you fall down. It's the ability to rise up. For the New York Knicks, hey, we let the excitement of one game go. We know we gotta be business for the next two because we're playing a great, amazing team, and we gotta be just as good. And I did want to say thank you all so much for this last thing I didn't say. I am actually very close to achieving 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out your day to just watch the video, watching what I'm saying, and just seeing where I have come. And I just definitely want to appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love, the support, the post, everything else that goes into it. You guys do a lot. At this point, I checked, I was at 920 subscribers, which is just crazy to me. So I'm actually very close to 1,000 in my milestone. Thank you, everybody. One of you, thank you, God, thank Jesus, thank all of you guys so much for just taking time out your day to watch the videos and everything else. I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful and have a blessed day.